$125 an hour? Yeah, that's real. Hi, I am Nurse Memoir, the Bicoastal Nurse, the 25K Nurse Bay. And I'm coming on here to put y'all on about the Bay Area or Northern Cali hospitals that pay well. Y'all know on the last video, this is the steps of how to become a Bicoastal nurse. And if you have not watched all them other videos, you're doing yourself a disservice. I need you to go back and watch those. Then you're going to talk about this over here with the money. But if you've already watched those, let's get into that dollar. Last video, we talked about the hospitals. But now I'm going to go through each hospital and let you know the pay range. And what do we want to remember? That what? In the Bay Area, in Northern Cali, pay goes by experience, not by specialty. Everybody getting the same money within that hospital, y'all. Everybody getting the same money. Okay? Okay. Now let's get into it. And I know some people feel like they don't want to work at Kaiser for certain reasons and stuff like that. But baby, Kaiser is that golden egg. Them benefits gonna take care of you. Them benefits is going to take care of you. And a lot of people ask me like, oh, would you work at Kaiser? I work anywhere. I work anywhere about that money. About that money, I work anywhere. So let's get into it. Kaiser, their pay range is, this is base pay. This is not including differentials. We're not going over differentials, y'all. Their base pay is $89.75 to $106.61. Now that's at the Santa Rosa location, which theirs are pretty much universal across the board. But let me also tell y'all about 4 per diem nurses at Kaiser in Northern Cali Bay Area. The base pay range is $112.18 all the way up to $133.26. Now imagine when you start getting into that differential. When I tell you some nurses are making $150 on the floor, I meant that. I meant that. All right, now let's get into the next hospital system. Next hospital system up is, drum roll, Alameda Health System. Now, with Alameda Health System, they are not the highest paid, but y'all know in the Bay Area, they still well say that within their different hospitals, it is different pay ranges. So like their San Leandro one, they pay a little bit less than, hold on. Let me see, while I'm sitting here looking at it, let me send this to one of my mentees, period. So San Leandro Hospital, their pay range for per diem nurses is $96.94 all the way up to $124.33. That does not account for differential. I do know some of their differentials. Evening shift is 11%. Night shift is 17%. You do the math. You do the math. That's some money. That is some money. Full-time nurse. The full-time nurse range. Full-time, part-time nurses. The pay range at Alameda Health System is different between the full-time, part-time nurses and the per diem nurses. So for the full-time, part-time nurses is $70.21 all the way up to $102.91. Hospital system, drum roll, Sutter. New grads make $76.94. The pay range for Sutter, $84.45 all the way up to $114.26. Up we have John Muir. At John Muir, full-time, part-time nurse range is $73.01 all the way up to $99.38. Per diem nurses is $81 all the way up to $110 an hour. It depends on the position, because I'm seeing that some of the full-time also still do $81 to $110 an hour at John Muir. So we're just going to say their pay range is $81.09 all the way up to $110.48. Now let's go to drum roll. Stanford range is $92. Pay range starts, base pay $92.64 all the way to $106.87 base pay. All I really want to see is money. I really want is money. The city and county of San Francisco, $82.86 all the way up to $110.91, and a really high differential rate for night shifts. So Santa Clara County, what are they paying? What are they paying? All right, well, $205,000 all the way up to $261,000. You do the math or what that is. Let's talk about El Camino. What is their pay rate? Their pay rate is $89.40 all the way up to $116.78 an hour. Money. Next hospital is Washington Hospital. It's $87.66 up to $116.86. Money. UCSF. Everybody know UCSF now. UCSF pay is $84.78 all the way up to $109.85. Y'all don't mind my background back there. I got a toddler. Don't mind that back there. We have Contra Costa County, like $74.90 all the way up to $93.54. Contra Costa County is right. So Providence Hospital, this over there, they got hospitals over there in that wine country area. I think it's 4 of them. Their pay range is $72.23 up to $99.98. That's the base pay. Base pay now. Now they start off a little bit lower than the others, but they still getting that bag. All right, Marin General, $86.13 all the way up to $110.25. Marin General. All right, Dignity Health for the locations that are in Redwood City and Santa Cruz. They pay the most within the Dignity Health system. So their pay rate is $79.09 all the way up to $101.11 an hour. Next one is North Bay. Now the range is, drum roll, $77.39 all the way up to $93.32. Y'all gotta remember, I tell y'all to get in where y'all fit in. Y'all should be looking at all these hospital systems. Don't be saying, well, that one paid the most, so I'm gonna be going with that one. No, apply to them all. Apply to all of them. Thank you. All right, next one is Montage Health. That is spelled MONTAGE. Pay range is $78.54 all the way up to $95.48. Now, I know their differentials. Their evening shift differential is $5.50 and their night shift differential is $8. So yes, some of those positions are 8 hours, and y'all know how the thing go. When you work 8-hour positions, if you work after that, you get time and a half after 8, double time after 12 if you do some overtime. So yeah, overtime in one day. Now we're going to head over to Good Samaritan. Now, Good Samaritan is the one where the new grads getting paid $82 an hour. $82 an hour. Yeah. RNs at Good Samaritan, their pay range is $87.31 all the way up to $120 base pay. San Mateo is it $71 all the way up? Well, I'm just say because it keeps flashing off when I'm trying to click it. It's all the way $149,000 all the way up to $176,000. So you could do your own math on the hourly rate on that. We're going to close this vlog out with that. You've heard all the pay rates of all the hospitals in the Bay Area. There's money out here. There's so many systems to choose from. It's up to you how you want to apply. It's up to you if you want to be a bicoastal nurse. If you don't want to be a bicoastal nurse, be a straight nurse then. But you should always have your California license no matter what. But that's my tea on the pay rates. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe so that I can keep this content coming to y'all. Keep me encouraged, y'all. Keep me bringing this back. I know I may have some people saying, shut up, stop talking about money, especially when they see somebody that look like me talking about money. But we're going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep putting y'all on Stay tuned for the next part of How to Become a Bicoastal Nurse series. And if you have not watched the others, remember to go back and watch those. Stick around, subscribe to my channel. I'll show you the behind the scenes of my life. I put y'all onto opportunities. Make sure you also follow me on my other platforms, because each platform get a different nurse memoir. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Remember, this nurse memoir, the Bicoastal Nurse, the 25K Nurse Bay, the CNBC feature. Bicoastal Nurse. Bye, y'all. Love y'all. Until next time.